All right. It's not recording the intro. Let me make sure I have an intro that I can plug in. I do. Okay. For some reason, the recording's not recording it. We'll do this again. Here we go.
Okay. Yep.
Welcome to Pokemon GO Podcast. It is the new year. It's the new you. It's the new us because we actually showed up for work for once. It's been a crazy holiday season. My mic is blowing out the recording. It is what it is, people. Hey Joe,
I just
how you
realized
doing, man?
I don't even have the game turned on. We're so out of it.
We're so out of it, man.
Oh,
It's been great but crazy. I needed last week off, and we took off right before Christmas because that was Christmas Eve night, and everybody had stuff to do. And last week was not planned to be off. But Joe, if you want to talk about it, you can. But Joe had a thing, and then I was exhausted. I was literally working 6 days straight on the ambulance, getting up at 3 in the morning every morning. So that was a thing.
yeah. So I don't know if I've talked about it on air or not, to be honest. But I have some vein issues in my left leg, and occasionally my leg gets super infected, and I spike a really high fever, and it's so fun. Actually, let's see. I'll pull up my conversation with you. Boom.
Oh yeah, because it has
For
the picture in it.
yeah, for those that want to see, that is what my gross leg looks like when it gets infected.
Yeah. So on the bottom of the picture says knee, top of the picture says foot. If that gives you a perspective there,
Yeah.
it's like you kicked something really hard with your shin, except you didn't.
Yeah, except I didn't, and it just happens. Like there's nothing I can really do to prevent it at this point. I have had a
Wash your hands more, Joe. Put on a mask.
yeah, that'll help my leg. I mean, I have had laser therapy on my leg, and probably gonna have to have more laser therapy or something more invasive. We'll see. But yeah. So that's what happened last week, and so that was fun. Yeah, I texted Charles. I was like, dude, I've got a high fever. I can try to power through if you want. There will probably be my teeth chattering in the middle of the recording.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, I've been waking up at 3 a.m. all week.
Yeah.
And I am dead. And so we're just like, you know what? We'll pick it up next week. Rather than phoning it in or whatever, it'll be all right. So
Yeah.
I hope everyone's holidays.
That's one thing when one of us can cover it, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that everybody's holidays were wonderful because it was before Christmas that was our last recording, and I hope this new year finds you in high spirits. We will. Yeah, the world is crazy, but that's why we have a game to avoid reality.
So hey, I got I know, right? I've got this ready to go.
Hey there, my name is Tom, and these are the experiences of the week.
Yes, Tom.
Or the
So
experiences
I
of the
have a
past
couple.
3 weeks.
Right. I've got a couple that I'm going to talk about here, and one just happened, and I don't know what's going on with my recording system. I've recorded a show last night. Everything was fine. Tonight, reconnecting connections, and it's being weird for me. So I apologize if I throw myself off. But I just caught a Gotharita in a wild, like not a raid, not an egg. She was just standing there. I was like, "How you doing?" And caught her into the Pokeball. That was pretty cool. I did a couple of raids with people. Gothita. I said Gotharita, didn't I? Yeah, I just got a Gothita as you pulled yours up on the screen. And it's good. It's been good. I've done like I said, a couple of raids. ones with Barry and Ibbot and you guys. I missed like Ibbot or not Ibbot, Barry. One of the two put out, hey, it's raid hour, and in about 5 minutes we'll launch one. Like, cool. And then I got distracted, and like 7 minutes later, I looked down and went, crap, I just missed it. Because he's like, you coming? Yeah, it was bug.
Well, and I tried to
What I could
connect
do
with
has
him
been
at one
fun.
point, and the invitation never came through. I messaged him about 5 minutes after he said he was going to send out invites. I said, "Hey, did those invites go out?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh." I was like, "All right."
Oh, yeah,
So,
it is what it is.
yeah. It is what it
Carnage.
is. I mean, since we've been gone, I think there's been 3 different um, Pikachu hats since we've last recorded. Oh man,
I'm out. I'm out of that. I don't.
you're like, nope,
I'm good. Nope.
forget you and your
Uh,
hat.
I've been doing some playing and some doing since I've been out and about. I know I got some new stuff, but it's been a hot minute. I'm trying to figure out how to figure. I guess I'm going to my Pokemon and go to recent and see because I want to do a shiny search. I don't believe I have gotten any new shinies here recently.
I got a Froakie this
This is
past
not
week,
right.
so that's nice.
A shiny Froakie or
No,
just a
just a
Froakie?
Froakie.
What's the date on this? Yeah, 2016. I
Yeah,
thought
it's
so.
like,
This is
you can
organized
type
wrong.
in age 0 through 21 to see the past 3 weeks.
I got Pikachu's hat, the top hat, Sir Topham hat Pikachu. Uh, Regice. I got Regice or Reggie Ice. I'm not sure. So that was my second. So I know we did the Reggie, one of the other Reggies, the Stone Reggie,
Regirock.
before, and then I got Reggie Rock. Thank you. And then I got Reggie Ice with a raid. So that was awesome. Stupid Pikachu hats is running rampant. Rufflet. I think I hatched a Rufflet.
Or got it from
Does
the
it tell me
event.
how I got it? Caught during timed research. Yep, got it from the event. Thank you. And evolved a Dwebble up to a Crustle. That's been good.
So, did it actually say caught
That's
during timed research?
uh-huh. So it says at the
Interesting.
bottom of mine. Yeah, caught during
I
timed
rarely
research.
I rarely go down to look at that, so I didn't realize it provided those details.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and I've got my shiny. Still have my shiny Rapidash. That is the My Little Pony, which I know I got
Well,
before we got
yeah,
on
it's not
that
shiny, but
2 week break.
yeah, it's cool.
But that shiny. What is it? It's
Galarian
Larian. Thank
Rapidash.
you. It's definitely the better of the Rapidashes. Cottony.
Did you see what I
I
have pulled up
got.
on my screen?
Oh, you got the
I
Ponyard.
did get the
That
Ponyard.
little dude looks so brutal. So
Yeah.
brutal. Um, and I want to say a big thanks to those who have been inviting me to the raids as I can jump in. Esper, I've done a couple Esper raids. Let's say who it was with. Nope, is Washington, Georgia. So whoever. Oh, that's the one I found. No, remotely caught a raid. I thought it'd tell me where the raid was, but no, it tells me where I was when I did the raid. So anyway, those of you who've been inviting me to raids, I appreciate it. I got some of the winter stuff done, but I did not get any of the shinies out of the winter. Like I don't have a shiny Stantler or anything like that. What about you, Joe? How's it been for you?
Well, I got the Ponyard, like I said. I got a shiny Lowland Grimer. Um, got my finished several tasks that have been on the back burner, so I finally got myself the Galarian Yamask and the shiny Celebi. Got myself Whimsicott, so that's pretty awesome there. I caught some Vanillite. I can only evolve to the first form, so unless I use, or the second form rather, so might throw some rare candies at it so I can finish off that evolution line. Grab myself some Slowpoke and Slowbro during the New Year's event.
Right.
So the Slowpoke with the 2020 evolves into the Slowbro with the 2021. And this one actually isn't half bad for PvP, other than the fact that he's above 1500.
Yep.
Um, so there's that, and yeah, just having a good old time with Pokemon Go. So we've got
No, that's been good,
a
man.
bajillion experiences in Discord.
Yeah. There's no way you can do them all, but we're going to get through some of them. And we don't really have a discussion for this week because I think probably was one.
Yeah, there
Because
was.
we said we're going to take a break.
No, there was a discussion
Yeah.
from this past week, and I would like to talk about it.
Too bad, so sad. We only have 1 million. Okay, well let's see. We're at the 15 after mark just about. So let's give it 5 minutes of whatever we can squeeze in here. We got the ice cream deluxe going on there.
All right, how far back there's Christmas? So shiny. Ted, did we talk about these shinies from Hallowed Robin? We're just gonna start there.
Yeah, start there. Yeah,
Shiny Shadow Pinsir, Shiny Shadow Scyther, Shiny Delibird. Terry hit level 45, so he needs to update his name because it still says Terry Wolf level 44. So get on that, fix it. He's trying to get enough to hatch 12K eggs at the same time. I wonder if he pulled that off because it's that's from Christmas. So we'll see. usnatescout, who is here in chat right now, grabbed himself a shiny Shadow Drowsy and a 100% Galarian Zigzagoon. usnatescout had a nice experience with Niantic support, being able to grab a remote raid pass because of some issues that were happening in game.
All right, that's good news that they helped him out.
Yeah. Let's see, the Vanillux from Bibbit from Berry Folk Bulk.
Okay.
Hallowed Robin hitting level 47. Very nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Athena San, Happy New Year to you as well.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, Athena San. Love to see you.
Volapy.
Yeah, Volapy from Berry Folk. Nulty with a few shinies on New Year's Eve.
The Reggies.
Yeah, showing off 2 shiny Regice, a shiny Cubchoo, and a shiny Electrike, as well as 100% Snover. Terry with the shiny Pikachu with the New Year's hat and a shiny Ho-Oh, as well as 100% Ho-Oh. It's interesting. Some of the top players were doing Ho-Oh raids, not even to try to get a shiny, but just for a chance to get XL candy.
I get that. Okay.
Yeah, because you can't use rare candies for XL candies, at least as far as I know. I haven't actually tried, but I would assume not.
I would assume not.
And so that I think they should probably modify that in the future, but that's my personal opinion. But yeah, because it just seems pretty gated, the XL candy. Because getting to level 50 is a big accomplishment anyway. So being able to level up your Pokemon once you hit that, it shouldn't be as difficult as it seems to be. usnatescout showing off, they finished off the Unova Collection Challenge. Nulty with...
That's a cool type of challenge, too.
Yeah, the Collection Challenge. It's... I believe it's still going on.
It's still going. Yeah, no, I just pulled it up on mine. I got 3 days left as of this recording. Right now, 3 days and a few hours.
Yeah. I still need to catch a few of them still, but we'll see how that goes. Nulty with a couple more 100%. I want to say Weedle. It's not Weedle. It's Wurmple. 100% Wurmple with the party hat and an Alolan Vulpix, as well as 6 new shinies, a Snivy, Wingull, Why Not, Stantler, Slowbro with the 2021.
That shiny Ho-Oh.
Yeah, and the shiny Ho-Oh. You like that shiny Ho-Oh?
I do.
Actually, here's another shiny Ho-Oh from Hallowed Robin. Some shinies here. Lillipup, Lucky Stantler, Eevee, Puchaina,
Lucky shiny Stantler.
Yeah. Tentacruel, Ho-Oh, Squirtle, Shadow Pinsir, and Slowbro. Ooh, I like Shiny Jigglypuff. This is actually the end here. This Popeye caught it today. And Shiny Jigglypuff doesn't look much different, but it's a little bit darker, and instead of the blue eyes, it has green eyes. So
Yeah,
a lot of great
definitely looks.
experiences.
That is cool. I part of the discussion. Well, what is the discussion topic? Before I
All
jump
right,
on to
so
something else real
yeah,
quick.
so the discussion topic from 3 weeks ago was what changes would you like to see in Pokemon Go for 2021? So that was the discussion topic, and we got a couple of really good comments here. The first from DigiPair, I believe is what that's supposed to be. And they would like to see a focus on real new content. So,
Ooh,
yeah, so adding more Pokemon, unlocking shinies, in-game events, he doesn't consider those real content. And I get that because
you get that. Well, not real new content. It's real content. It's just not new
yes.
content.
And so they consider things like the raid system, PvP, friendship, and even Adventure Sync to be real content, as it adds completely new systems into the game, and we can expect them to add more Pokemon regardless of what content is getting added to the game. And so that would be awesome. And they even have DigiPair has some suggestions for some of the content that they would like to see. So, like to see a Pokemart.
Okay.
And so, note for Charles: this is a Pokemon store for items.
I've played one of the real games. I understand that it has the word Mart behind it. I know what Mart means. You get some Slim Jims and some Pokemon.
What's interesting though is it would add not just a place where you could buy items, but potentially a place where you could sell items. So instead of trashing items, you could potentially sell them for Pokecoins or something like that. And then they could add even more things that you could buy with Pokecoins. Like, for instance, they say, hey, would love to be able to buy Stardust or buy other items. And so I think that's an interesting concept. It would be a bit tricky because, especially if it is Pokecoins that they're using as the currency for this Pokemon, they would have to do some research and see how it would affect their bottom line and things like that. But they say that this would help. This would stop people like them who have a huge inventory from throwing out massive amounts of items and wasting all those items. So then they could convert them into in-game currency or something like that.
And usnatescout says with that idea, Buddy gives an actual purpose.
Yes, but yep.
Like the pine cone and the marble and those kind of things. Yeah. Yeah, because this have literally no purpose in this game. You even forget that they're there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care whether or not my buddy brings me gifts at all.
Yeah.
And so yeah. Or if you're running low on Pokeballs or stuff like that, being able to buy them in there, like just transferring the in-game store into a Pokemart more themed thing, that would be pretty neat. Because you can buy Pokeballs with Pokecoins, but being able to buy, say, Great Balls and Ultra Balls, that would be pretty nice as well. But yeah, so there's that idea. And then they would like to see something from the Generation 3 games come back, where you could have a secret base. So what they're hoping with the secret base is that people could have, it says, wrecked a single Pokestop that they could use and anyone on their friends list could see, and challenge them to a battle at any time, but without you having to do it. It could be an AI battle. Okay. So I think that was supposed to be erect or set up a Pokestop. And you could have AI battles. That would be interesting to set your own team and things like that. That would be neat. Um, that also makes me think, what if they had some specialty gyms, quote unquote, that were more like the actual main series gyms, but have it almost like a King of the Hill type thing, where
Right.
the gym leader is the last person that won. So instead of having depleting CP like we have in the normal gyms, these gyms would be more King of the Hill. You are the gym leader, and there could be neat prizes based on how long you remain as the gym leader, or maybe even not how long, but maybe how many people your AI team defeats, or something like that. That could be pretty neat. Anyway, um, basically they said Digipair says there's so many little side things and things that aren't in this game that are in the main series games that they could add that could be really awesome, and they would love to see Niantic implement some of these instead of treating um, the content we know is coming as new content.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm with you. Something new and different. And to a point, balance is there. And I don't mean like difficulty balance. I mean tech balance of, okay, does this work and not break the game? We've got all these events. We've got the researches. Right now, you're about to do Team Rocket battle. I see
Mm-hmm.
with the balloon. So all these things are adding stuff into the game, and I know the more we add, the more we have to the universal week because I have nothing to do with it. But the more Niantic has to balance of will this break the game, but I fully get that point and I'm behind it. While you do yours, your fight there, I'll talk about what I'd like to see doing the game is I know I want to get more filthy and more casual. I do. I want my Pokemon sleep one, but I'd like to be able to use my device. Now I have the gotcha, and you can love it or hate it. I don't really care, but I have it, and I'd like to be able to use that without having to necessarily open the game. So I'm about to go somewhere tomorrow. Take my wife off for the weekend for our 20th wedding anniversary. And I realized it's probably going to have a ton of Pokestops. I was like, oh, cool. I'm glad we did the show tonight. It's got it on my brain. I'll go get my gotcha and get it charged up and take it with me. And I'm thinking, how much is my battery going to get eaten, even with it in the background? And then even when it's the background, I turn it upside down to see if that helps. You know how it's supposed to save battery and whatever. If you set that setting and you turn your phone upside down, I do that, but it's still going to eat. It's going to eat my battery life up. So I'm gonna have to balance between letting my gotcha play for a while, and hopefully, cross my fingers, cross that 200 caught in a day mark because I haven't even really tried yet. But I think where I'm going, it should do it. And then versus, do I really have to keep this thing on a battery charger all the time? It's gotten somewhat better for a little while, and of course, new phones and everything else. I'd like to see a real low power mode. Like, okay, you're going to use the glass, the ball, whatever you're going to use that's not playing the active game. You're going to use that. We're automatically going to put it in super low power mode. I don't know how you do that, Joe, but I'd like to see that happen.
Well, and what frustrates me when I'm using my Plus, when I'm in an area where I can't actively play the game,
Right?
is after at most an
Oh, yeah, the
hour.
plus disconnect.
Yeah, the Plus disconnects. Um,
Yeah,
and
gotcha.
so
Doesn't do that.
yeah, that's frustrating, because then I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, now I'm missing all of this stuff, or I need to interrupt what I'm doing to to get into the game and set it up. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but I have, where once it's disconnected, it rarely lasts for another hour. Like it almost always
oh really?
almost always it'll last for an hour the first time I connect, but then after that, the
Right.
subsequent times, it doesn't last nearly as long. Now sometimes I try to make it seems to last longer if I force close the entire app and then get back in and reconnect to my Plus. Um, but outside of that, it does. It's really weird, and it's kind of frustrating. The plus with how long this game has been out now, because we're at 4.5 years that it's been out. You'd really
Wow.
think
All right.
you'd really think that the peripherals would have a lot less issues than because
Yeah.
the plus and the plus the gotcha uses the same um, mechanics as the plus, but it's had connection issues since the get go. And Popeye says
Popeye.
the gotcha does the same thing.
Yep.
It lasts an hour at a time
Oh,
before
he
you
said
have to
the
reconnect.
gotcha evolve.
The gotcha
Oh,
evolve.
but
Now,
I
if you pay attention, I
I'll
bet
pay
your
more
gotcha
attention
does
this
it
week.
too. Yeah.
And to be fair, most of my time with my gotcha is less than an hour. And that's maybe why I'm not noticing it. 'Cause I'm like, well, it always stays connected. But I don't really let it run for 3 or 4 hours typically. It's a 20 to 45 minute car ride somewhere. And it got Snake Doctor to go plus is 1 hour disconnects are fraudulent. uh, so
Yeah.
but I will say if the regular gotcha stays connected longer than an hour or just stays connected, period, what does that say about a third party peripheral that is better
The
than your first
US
party
Snake
stuff?
Scout says that the gotcha does it too.
Okay, it all connects to the same thing. So all three, and
Now,
wonder why that is. Why is there a 1 hour disconnect
I
there?
wonder if they're just assuming, oh, in case you're not playing, you don't need to be connected still. I don't.
You know what? Wait, I got even something a little more devious, because we know how Niantic wants us to get out and play, and even in the pandemic, they're trying to force us into doing it. Uh, Yeah, he says it's an in-game timeout. What if it's something like, you know what, we're not going to let you play remotely for an hour or a little more than an hour. You've got to get in, or maybe it's one of those things of we've built this game for you to actively play it, and while we're going to let you inactively play it a little bit, we're going to put an arbitrary time limit.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
it could not be that devious. It could be easily this is just what works for the game. You know.
Yeah, US Snake Scout in chat says for 2021, he would like to see a way to interact with in-game friends. You know, most people,
Yeah, they feel like he's actually playing with.
yeah, most people live far away from their in-game friends. I mean, I've got maybe a couple of dozen local people on my friends list, but even then, I don't see them hardly ever, especially nowadays, because most of them are coworkers, and well, we've all been working from home since March. So
Right.
yeah, I would I agree. I would love to have more ways to interact with my friends. They added the stickers, but that just feels tedious more than a way to meaningfully interact with friends.
Joe, if I were to just send you stickers in real life, would that be a meaningful interaction between the two of us?
No.
No, it would not, Joe. It would not. Now I don't want in-game memes, but memes sometimes are a meaningful interaction. But we want some kind of connection. I don't know what that answer would be. I get it, US Nate Scout. You just don't feel connected. I don't know what a solution would be for that. Are there any other on the Reddit discussion? Are there any other?
There's one from Barry, but US Nate Scout pops in. Stickers are just another gimmick, another way for them to try to entice us to spend coins. Yeah. So Barry says that he would love to see Niantic actually addressing some of their base code. They've had issues for years with some of their base code, and they haven't bothered fixing it. Specifically, he's calling them out on logging in when you don't have a completely solid connection. Because it's a
Yeah,
mobile
yep.
game, you have a
That's
mobile
weak.
connection. It takes way too long to log in, and often requires you to re-log in, and then there's often times where it resets your settings. You didn't actually go in and touch anything, but it resets them For instance,
Yeah, yep, I've had that
Adventure
happen.
Sync. We've seen that a lot with
Yes.
Adventure Sync.
I'll get randomly. It's the weird thing too, Joe, is it'll randomly reconnect itself. Like that's how I know it's disconnected. Is I'll open up the game and like your Adventure Sync is now connected. I'm like, it was connected before.
I didn't
What's
touch
up with
it. What
that?
did you do, Niantic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Barry thinks he suspects that some of this may be for anti-spoofing, but he says it's got to be a better way to do this. And then there's other parts of the game that seem very bloated, especially as it relates to assets. It can take a minute or more for everything to fully load. Pokemon, Pokestops, gyms, yeah, all of that can take quite a while to load up. And then says otherwise, he's generally happy with the primary gameplay. As we know, he's not really into PvP, so he's not going to comment on that. He's happy to do his catching, especially on new and rare Pokemon. So that is Barry's take.
Well, there you go. Is there any one thing you want to see, Joe, before we hit? We're already at the halfway mark, but before we hit the break and then move on with the headline?
Something that I have been asking for ever since Lucky Trading was a thing. They really, really need to make it so that if you're Lucky Friends, you can do your Lucky Trade regardless of distance.
Yeah, I like
that. That is my biggest thing that I would love to see included in the game. And it would also help with usnatescout wanting to have more interactions with friends. That would reward people for becoming Lucky Friends and incentivize it.
Oh, look at you getting a Solosis.
Yeah, it's on my checklist. Stuff I need to
It's
still
an
get.
alien brain, butt, and a balloon. With that weirdness, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a minute.
Commercial. Boom. Go. Da-da-da.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. All right. But yeah, I know. I'm glad I thought about getting my thing charged. All right, let's jump right back in here. Let me find some music, and here we come.
Some music.
Hey there.
Nope, that's the wrong one.
Hey there.
Hey there. Hey
Can't
there.
make it
Hey
stop.
there.
It's not experience. All right, let's try this one.
You can't stop him from calling out the frauds.
See, I'm not.
I think that's from one of the movies.
It feels like more of a movie than a animation, but an anime, whatever I'm saying. But I can tell you, I know I play that song because I know it brings back nostalgia for a lot of the old players, or if they've watched the movies, and it's just a good song, though. I mean, it's just catchy and it flows and it sounds good. It's like, yeah. If I didn't know what Viridian City was, I'd probably figure out, yeah, no, this is probably from some game or something, but I like it. It's cool. Yeah. Hey, all right, we got some headlines to hit, and this is mostly announcements from Niantic. And Joe, I'm gonna just cut you right off at 8:55. So
all right, so this first one actually comes to us from El Gringo Suave. He submitted on our Reddit, Pokemon. It's reddit.com/r/Pokemon GO Podcast, and this is a report from DigiStatement on how much revenue Niantic made in 2020. Have you clicked on it yet? Don't click on it yet.
I'm on it, yes.
Okay. I was going to say, make a guess.
I would not have guessed anywhere near that number.
I would not have either. $1.92 billion in 2020. 1.92 billion. That is crazy. And I bet
that's not all profit. But it's a lot of profit.
Yeah. It's not all profit, but it is still a lot of profit. And I bet a lot of that is because of remote raids, to be honest.
Yeah. We spent more money this year on it because people have supported us and was all right. We're gonna keep on and play and put back into the game.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in this article, it lists the top 10 revenue for free to play titles specifically, and it ranked number 5. And to be honest, I haven't heard of 3 of the 4 that beat it. So,
Yeah,
uh,
there's some of these are probably like 10-cent games, like Honor of Kings
yeah,
and Peacekeeper. These are
Tencent.
probably Asian.
Yeah, Tencent is a Chinese company. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. So
and they know what they're doing.
yeah,
Uh, yeah,
yeah. I mean, Tencent owns or co-owns 3 of the top 10 top 10 free to play titles for as far
yeah.
as revenue goes. So yeah, Tencent they got their stuff together. But yeah, 1.92 billion. That is craziness. Craziness. All right, and that's
Yeah.
all we're gonna say
All right.
about that. We're gonna
All right.
continue on to the next stuff now. Um, we have been gone for 3 weeks, so we're not including all of the different posts that Niantic has made, but most of this, like Charles said, is directly from Niantic, since we're playing a little bit of catch up here. So, but we have not included anything that has already come and gone for events.
All right. So we got Community Day Machop coming up Saturday, January 16th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We know he's going to be around. He's going to be shiny. Now, here's the thing, right? Machoke, you get up to 2 hours afterwards to get a Machamp that knows payback, that just sounds like a good move. I don't know if it is or not. That's one of the few moves like, hey, that sounds cool. Of course, you got the Community Day box. Take your snapshots for a surprise. $1 more gets you extra stuff.
Now, one thing to note though, that $1 more, you don't have to pay for that if you bought the Pokemon Go Tour Kanto ticket.
Okay.
You automatically get the $1 extra. So because I have the Kanto ticket, I get the $1
Gotcha.
add-on.
You get it included. And you can actually purchase that up through January 13th. It is the 7th as of this recording. So you still have time if you hear this within reason, right? You hear this, you can still go get the Kanto Tour ticket, and then you'll get the special research for free thrown in there. This is a nice little bonus. 3 Stardust and Incense activated during an event will last for 3 hours. If it lasts any longer, call for Nurse Joy.
Ibit made that joke last time he was on.
Always following Ibit.
I haven't personally. I haven't caught a shiny Machop yet, so this will be a nice opportunity to get the puke green little guy.
I might have one. I don't know. I'm gonna look. But Joe, we were just talking about. I do have a shiny Machop. As a matter of fact. Oh, that's cool. So we were just talking about the Kanto Tour. Tell us about this. What it is. Okay. We got Kanto, and then
Unova to the Kanto Tour.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So Unova's next, not Kanto. Actually, it's going on right now.
Yes. So we had the Kalos celebration event a few weeks back, and they told us a while back that they were planning on doing a quote unquote tour of all the regions. So they are doing this event. It started a couple days ago on January 5th. It's going to last until Sunday the 10th. So podcast listeners, if you're listening to this the day it comes out, you have just a couple days. But several Pokemon from the from the Unova region are going to be popping up more in the wild. The starters: Snivy, Tepig, Oshawott, Lillipup, Herdier, Blitzel, which I'm super excited about Blitzel, Roggenrola, Drillbur, Scraggy, also a fun one to get, Scraggy.
Yes.
Timpole, Venipede, Trubbish, Gothita, so that's why you found the Gothita. So there's that. Solosis and Ferroseed.
Good area.
Yeah, in general, it's pretty nice. And then Shiny Snivy is available as well. So yeah, it's actually a pretty good event, and a lot of the times you're like, it's mostly filler Pokemon, but this actually has quite a
Right.
few good ones. I mean, there's definitely still some filler, but it does have quite a few good ones in here. And then they of course changed up the 5K eggs like they do, because basically 5K eggs at this point are the event eggs. They switch
Sure.
up the 5K eggs to match whatever the current event is. Um, and then there's event exclusive research rewards. So there's that as well. And then they switched up. A lot of this it's just business as usual. They switch up the eggs. They switch up the raids. Um,
Speaking
they
of raids, I need a raid invite. Genesect holding a burn drive. That sounds like he just pirated movies. I don't know. But holding a burn drive will be appearing in 5-star raids, and this will be the first time this form of Genesect will appear. Barry, bulky.
Bear. Um, I wonder what that looks like. Genesect holding burn drive. Um, oh, so it changes the little jetpack thing on his back. I
Okay.
wonder. So Genesect is from Generation 5, the Unova region generation, and that's some of the games I didn't play. Um, so US Nate Scout says it's the exact same as before, just with a different move. So does Burn Drive change his typing at all? I assume, based on the name Burn Drive, that he has a
Fire type
new,
attack or something.
a fire move.
Yeah.
Um,
And why would you phrase it holding? I want to see him holding something. If you're holding a burn drive, don't tease me, Niantic. You're gonna put stupid hats on Pikachu. You can put hard drives in a bug's hand. Yeah.
yeah. So Burn Drive, like I said, I didn't play the Gen 5 games, but Burn Drive, according to my quick Google search, is a held item. So this is how they're going to handle some held items. That's kind of weird, because in the main series games you can have your Pokemon hold items, and depending on the item, it actually changes how your Pokemon interacts in the game. It actually adds quite a bit of depth to setting up how you want your Pokemon to go. So what this does is it's a fire type. Okay, so if the holder uses Technoblast, it becomes a fire type move. So that's what this does, is it changes Technoblast's typing. So okay. So I would assume. Okay. So yeah, so we're getting some comments here in chat. Popeye says his backpack is a different color, and a lot of people, especially US Snake Scout, are upset because they also locked the shiny again. So apparently we cannot get the shiny form of Genesect off of this. Um, so yeah, so I would assume that he's gonna have Technoblast. It doesn't say as much in the article, but I assume the
Yeah.
special move is Technoblast and that it is fire type because it's the Burn Drive version. And then they are rotating the Mega Raids again. So Mega Charizard Y, Mega Blastoise, and Mega Abomasnow are going to be in Mega Raids. And Mega Charizard Y is going to have a boost in power during basically this time, a little bit more than this time frame. So until January 12th, he's going to be a little bit stronger than normal. And then they hint at collection challenges, but we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. And then they say that January 12th to the 17th will be the Sinnoh region, and that we will have to wait for details. So we'll probably get more details here this coming week. So
Yeah. And now, Joe, you know, you've known me long enough to know Ibit's been somewhat featured in games, not really, but he can at least make his avatar look like him in some games. I've always wanted to be a character in a game. However, I'm probably going to pass on this next one because I think there's a lot more people who deserve it and work harder at it than I do. But here you go. Event exclusive trainer characters will be appearing on the map during the Pokemon Go Tour Kanto, right? You don't even have to have the ticket. You can actually engage these trainers and fight them no matter where they are. And that trainer can be you, which is pretty cool. You need to post your entry on Twitter by Monday, January 11th at midnight Pacific. And make sure you got a screenshot of your profile that has your trainer name, shows your avatar outfit. I guarantee you, if you've tried to game the system and get sideways dirty names, they're not going to pick you. Just saying. A list of 3 Pokemon that would make up your team, and they have to be originally Kanto, cannot be Ditto, Legendary, Mythical, and use the hashtag Pokemon Go Tour Contest. And they're looking for creativity of avatar outfit, general theme, and Pokemon team composition. And I thought about putting together a
and they're trying to see who has spent the most money on their outfit.
Money, yeah, and reward them. No, that's exactly what I thought too.
I mean, they don't state that, but
yeah, no purchase necessary because it's legal. You have to say no purchase necessary, but it didn't say purchases don't help them pick you more. And I did think about putting together a filthy casual where it just doesn't match the outfit, and I put random stuff like okay, I know some of these aren't Kanto. I'm just making, grabbing off the top of my head like a Snorlax, a Weedle, and a Deerling. It's like the most random teams. Like, okay, we'll pick you because that's just we don't even know what to do with that. But yeah, if you want to be in the game, now is your chance. So go forth and conquer. Joe, speaking of buying stuff in the game, this is crap. I'm just going to call it. This is straight bald face crap. It is up there with Verizon t-shirt. Yes. It is up there with any other branded stuff. Yes. The North Face and Gucci, which I don't know if those are from the branding, it looks like they've come together because they didn't used to be a together company. But North Face times Gucci collection will be available over 100 Pokestops. It looks horrible and it's very in your face commercialism, which is not like the most evil thing in the world. It's just like, okay.
Yeah. Well, so the closest one to me looks like it's Nashville or Atlanta.
Yeah, it's not everywhere.
Yeah, so all of these. So you have to visit specific cities and spin the Pokestops in order to get these items.
Oh, it says Las Vegas. Look at that.
Oh yeah, because you're going there for your for your anniversary. So, but yeah, so they've got a list of different cities. You can check to see if a city near you has it. If you're interested in these, personally, I am not. So,
I'm not. I imagine though my avatar will come back with these because I'm just going to auto spin the crap out of.
You're in Atlanta, so.
Anyway. Yeah.
Atlanta is one of the cities, so.
Yep. All right. Well, and if you do like it, don't let me poop on your parade. If you like this kind of stuff, that's
well.
Weird.
In general,
I'm not mad that there's avatar items. It's just these are just bleh avatar items to me.
Man, this Trubbish just does not.
Except the black pants. I'll take those black pants all day long.
All right.
They're kind of cool.
You get those pants.
Collection challenge. So,
but
I think the collection challenge.
The pants aren't actually new.
We're moving on. So I don't understand.
The pants aren't new. The pants aren't new. It says t-shirt, hat, and backpack. So you want those pants?
Actually, I probably
already have the pants.
I got my hipster trainer going on. And then I got the flannel, the ripped jeans, and the hipster hat. That's what I got going on there. But all right, this collection challenge is pretty cool. I think is a nice different way. Now, no, I agree, it is not new content, but it is a different way to handle the current content that's in the game. What do you think about it? Well, you can tell from the name what it is, right? There's certain Pokemon you have to catch in a certain amount of time.
Well, yeah, and we've got one going on right now, the Unova Collection Challenge.
Yep.
And the rewards are fine. Like, it's not anything super crazy, but getting an extra 30 Pokeballs is nice. At least that's what this this current collection is you get 3,000 Stardust, 30 Pokeballs, and 5 rare candies. So yeah, it's neat.
Yeah.
It gives
You
us
know,
a little bit more to do, and it's interesting.
and it gives you a little bit more reason to get back in. We're like, look at all those. I've caught those before. Well, now you have a reason to keep catching them a little bit.
The announcement says 25 Pokeballs, but in game it says 30.
It does.
Interesting. I better get that 30.
Yep. Here's one for those of us that are not me or Joe. Go Battle League Season 6 begins Monday, November 30th. Wow, that's
Yeah,
over.
it already started. The reason why this is posted is there was an update. Yeah. So the update here is that they're sharing a bit more information. They're doing some tweaks to moves and things like that. So there's basically come and check this out, especially if you're running specific teams. Check to see if your attacks have been nerfed or buffed. So yeah, and some Pokemon have had new moves added to their move pools and things like that. So, and then it also gives a breakdown of which league/cups will be running during what time frames. So they also tweaked a little bit of the rewards, but yeah.
Yep. How many ranks are there?
I believe they increased it to 20 now.
Okay, because it says when you reach rank 20, you'll be guaranteed an encounter Frillish, which is making its Pokemon Go debut. So they are putting a brand new Pokemon in as a reward for the top ranking. It says you'll have a chance of encountering it on the reward tracks for higher ranks, but 20 is a guaranteed chance. So, there you go. I know that eventually it'll be in a box or it'll be out in the wild, and I'm okay with that. I don't hate PvP. I just forget that it's there. And let's be real, I am the filthy casual, and now that I'm back working a lot full time, that I forget the game is there sometimes. So, I think if I had more time on my hands, I'd probably like PvP a little bit more.
Yeah, and just a reminder for those that are similar to us that don't like PvP, these events that require you to battle another trainer, you can
that works.
Yeah, you can literally just grab a phone next to you and put trash Pokemon and just do battles over and over and over and over. I believe it was a Barry that said that's what he did to pass one of the events this past week or the week before. So, yep.
And now we're having a countdown for the next area. Of course, on the way to Kanto, our countdown for the next one is the Sinnoh region.
Oh yeah, so they did announce.
Starts on January 12th.
Earlier, I was like, yeah, they'll tell us about this next week. No, yeah, they announced it already. So this is the 12th to the 17th. And so Sinnoh, let's see. So they've got the starters, of course, Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup. Then they've got some of the filler like Bidoof and Drifloon, and Scorpii, Snover. Yeah. But then they've got some nice ones that people are going to want to catch, like Cranidos, Shieldon, even Combee. Some people might want to catch as well.
Even Hippopotas, some people.
Hippopotas seems to be a little bit more rare. Glameow, even if you didn't catch it during the last event or just in general, maybe you want to grab that. But they're adding shiny Buizel to the game, mixing up the 5K eggs, mixing up the raids, mixing up the mega raids. Actually, they're not mixing up the mega raids at all, I don't think. I think it was exactly the same. So they're leaving that the same.
Basically exactly the same,
yeah. But yeah. So, and then they also announced the dates for the Hoenn event, which will be January 19th to the 24th. So, and then
that they'll probably tell us about next week.
Yeah, for the legendary in raids, it'll be Heatran during this event. So
good, because I'm freezing. I need some more Heatran in my life. I'm not doing good with the lack of heat in my basement. All right, so we made it. We got one more here, and then we're gonna hit some Street Pipes coming up. And of course, the trivia.
I think
There's
I
an update. So
accidentally.
again, it's
Yeah,
another
I think I
older
accidentally
article. There's an
included
update.
this because this stuff is.
I don't think it's actually because it's
Oh,
updated 7th. It was updated today. I think
okay.
you
No, yeah,
did it correctly.
No, yeah, you're right. There's a makeup event. Sorry, there's a Snover makeup event. That's why this is here. So there's a regional makeup event on Monday, January 11th, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. local time, for Snover to be caught in the wild. So there we go.
Now, here's the thing. But trainers in the affected areas, there's a regional makeup event. So it's wherever it was affected. So it's
Yeah,
not necessarily
I'm not sure
worldwide,
which areas were affected though. So,
right?
So if your area had issues, then you can participate in this makeup event.
All right. So before we get into the favorite parts
I'm not
of
too
the
worried
show,
about Snover.
what, Joe?
I'm not too worried about
Yes,
Snover.
thank you.
All right,
I need to, you know what I need to do? I need to move my other show off of this night into another night so that we don't have to burn through these things so fast. Especially after taking a couple weeks off. Now, there's 2 here from Jacket K because, he loves us and he wants to have his own show, and this is how he does it. I'm not sure if they're the same because so we're going to play them in order, and if it's something we've heard, we'll kick it off. But here is Jacket K first off.
Bum 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 bum. So there is a Christmas event, but there is no podcast. Oh well, I guess I'll just sing and hope this goes up on next week. I have Shadow Pokemon trivia for this old cast. It's a bird, take a guess. Delibird's the feature of today.
Are you going to keep this up for the whole minute and a
Delibird
half?
is a Pokemon. You get late in the game, not from a boss, but before the final area. Well, is it or is it not? Delibird normally only knows how to throw presents into people's face. But since it's a trainer, the bad guy TM'd it to have other things like flying into the air,
Oh my God.
throwing presents, and a dive bomb attempt to bring joy of evil to the Pokemon podcast. What is this mess?
The other one is a non-musical version. I'm gonna play a minute, a few seconds of it. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing.
Okay, let's try this for real. It's time for Shadow Pokemon Trivia. And I honestly don't got too much more to add on to Shadow Delibird as I butchered in the song. You do get pretty late in the game. In fact, you get in an area called Regulum Tower, which, without going into too much spoilers, is one of the last areas of the game. It has like an outer area that's a bit of a maze to get into the inner tower where the actual Coliseum is. I guess I could talk a little bit about that in Pokemon Coliseum. There's actual Coliseums that you battle in. Not all of them are plot relevant, but the Regulum Tower is one that is. Delibird as a Shadow Pokemon is not too remarkable, though the mental image I got in my head, thanks to that stupid song, of just an evil Delibird flying up into the sky, dropping presents of evil and doom on people is kind of amusing. And it does no present, it does no fly. I don't remember what other moves the Shadow Delibird learns, but those are the 2 moves that are important, especially from my visual image. Anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed their holiday season, and hope to see us for some more in the future. Care.
That was a sudden end. I'll go back to the song. All right, so this is a topic question here by Jacket K.
Greeting Airwebs, it's Jacket K, and I have some thoughts to share about what I'm looking forward to in 2021.
Oh, cool.
I did some reflecting, and I think my thoughts can be best boiled down to I'm looking forward to seeing how the way this game played in the before times meshes with the way that we've been playing in this year of 2020. Because there's some features that they might be able to get away with backpedaling, but there's others like remote raiding that are going to be much more interesting to see how they play out. I'm also hoping that we can take what was good about the 2020 community days and combine it with some of the stuff that made 2019 community days exciting, like the Pokemon. 2020 was kind of underwhelming with Pokemon spawns, with so many freaking Kanto Pokemon and so few moves that didn't really get too much excitement out of Community Day. I'm also looking forward to seeing how Go Beyond plays into 2021. Some things like the season have been pretty interesting, while some things like the updates to GBL have been a little underwhelming. I'm looking forward to seeing if that excitement continues on to 2021. I could go on, but I did just record a podcast going much more into detail about these thoughts. You can find it on audio platforms under Pokemon Go Fireside Chat. And this episode should be up, if not by the upcoming Sunday, the Sunday after that. Anyways, take care.
Another sudden ending there. Okay. And our very own US Nate Scout. If Nate, if you don't call somebody a fraud in this, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Hey guys, US Nate Scout here, and I'm not from Nashville. I just wanted to call in and wish you guys a happy new year. I know this year has been tough for everybody, ever. This has been a lot for everybody, but it's not been absolutely terrible. I mean, the time at home has been nice on occasion. And this year, especially, I gotten more involved in the community here over at the Pokemon Go podcast. And I joined the Discord. I became more active in the chat, and it's been a really fun time. I just want to thank Charles and Joe for everything they do for this community and for making a good show. Yeah, happy New Year and happy holidays to everyone out there, and I will see you guys in a hopefully much better 2021. Deuces.
I agree with him to that point about how it hasn't been a complete dumpster fire. I mean, everybody who wants to curse this year, I think, or 2020, there's always some good somewhere. And on Almost Daily Discourse, we did an episode about the what was good about 2020 specifically, and it was a lot of good stories and a lot of good things that happened in people's lives, and so you can go check that out. Joe, I imagine you had something good for yourself this year.
Nope, nothing. No, I'm
You're
just
a fraud. See how you do that, Nate? You just shout it out. It's done.
No, 2020 was, it definitely had its ups and downs, but it I don't know. My life didn't change a ton other than working from home. But I don't mind not seeing people as much sometimes. Certain people especially.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are people that I miss associating with and things like that, like Dragon Con. I definitely missed going to
Yeah.
Dragon Con. That would have been pretty awesome. Now, we did throw together a pretty good digital Dragon Con for what it was worth, but you can only replicate so much of the feel of Dragon Con. Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Go Fest. It'd been nice to go to Go Fest this year. We had plans.
Yeah, and there's a lot of
is.
people that are in Chicago that we would have loved to see that we've been seeing for the past few years. Barry, Terry. I'm sure there's a Carrie and a Larry, and I'm sure we can get some other similar names.
Not those Malort guys. I mean,
speaking of them,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah.
What time is it, Joe?
It is time for random trivia. And I wanted to talk about Frillish. As we know, if you are into PvP, you could get yourself a Frillish newly added to the game. Frillish evolves into Jellicent. They are both the floating Pokemon.
Jellyfish. Got it.
Yes, they are jellyfish. They are water ghost type Pokemon. And it is one of the Pokemon that has a different form based on gender. So the male form is blue, and the female form is pink. The Pokedex entry for Frillish says that with its thin, veil-like arms wrapped around the body of its opponent, it sinks to the ocean floor.
That's
Yeah.
scary.
In the white Pokedex entry, it specifically says that it paralyzes its prey with poison while it drags it 5 miles below the surface.
This is the first, other than the dragging part, this is the first Pokemon that everything makes sense. How it's drawn, the typing, the name, all of it.
Yep. And then the evolved form, Jellicent, which the male form looks like it has a giant mustache, and the female form,
and the female form has like a collar, like a fuzzy collar. Yep.
But its Pokedex entry says the fate of the ships and crew that wander into Jellicent's habit, all sunken, all lost, all vanished. Wow. How big is Jellicent that it can take down fish?
Right?
7 foot.
Ships.
It's only 2.2 meters. It says it weighs 300 pounds, but
Okay.
it's not huge. Like, it's taking down ships.
That's a jellyfish bigger than me.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's still scary. I don't know. Maybe not taking down a ship. I mean, define ship. I mean, I could take down a canoe. I could do that.
Yeah, I was thinking like it was gonna be, like Kraken sized, but no, it's not nearly as big as I was thinking it was gonna be. But yeah, so it is. They are based off of jellyfish, and then they've got the ghost typing, so they're kind of like demonized jellyfish or will-o'-the-wisp jellyfish, but they almost look like royalty, like monarchs, or something like that. But then so they're jellyfish, but then they're almost a bit of squid-like with the tentacles and the dragging and the kraken parts. But yeah, so Frillish, the name comes from frill and jellyfish. Jellicent, the name comes from jellyfish and magnificent.
Okay. All right.
And yeah. So, and I guess it's Jellicent is specifically based off of the moon jellyfish or the common jellyfish. So it's basically just a regular jellyfish. But yeah, I didn't realize that regular jellyfish were known as the moon jellyfish. So there's another little tidbit of trivia. But
yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I get you're trying to incentivize people to go battle, but I'll be looking forward to when this is out in the wild, and one form or another, box, achievements, raids, whatever. I just don't have time. There's no way I have time to get up to level 20. I just maybe 5 or 6 I could do, but yeah. Anything else, Joe? Before we rocket out of here?
No, Team Rocket's blasting off again.
Right. But you can email us, show at PokemonGoPodcast.com. And I do apologize if you emailed us over the winter break, over the 2 weeks that we were gone, 3 weeks that we were gone. I totally forgot to check it until right this second. Normally, I am checking it at the beginning of each show. I didn't do it tonight. So if you emailed us, sorry about that. But you could do it again this week. Speak Pipe, like Jacket K and US Nate Scout. And again, thanks, Nate, for those good words and a great way to kick off the new year, man, with the positivity. You can do that at PokemonGoPodcast.com. And there's a Speak Pipe tab right there on the right-hand side. Just click it and go forth and conquer. Reddit's r/Pokemon Go Podcast. Facebook is at Pokemon Go Podcast. Twitter is at Pokemon Go Pod. Twitch.tv is Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. Pokemon Go Podcast is on twitch.tv, so it's the whole thing spelled out. And yeah, we're still working on that YouTube channel. Apparently, I was told 1,000 followers at one point. Now it's like over 100, and we're over 100, so we should be able to get a YouTube channel name. We're going to work on that here shortly, and you can do that. Go out and help show some love, right? Excuse me. Help us out. Patreon.com/Pokemon Go Podcast is where you can support the show and be part of that Discord group where you can talk about your experience of the week and part of that community that US Nate Scout is saying that we have. Now, that's only part of the community. We absolutely have an open community with Twitter and Facebook and all that other stuff as well. Joe, where can they find you on the web?
You can find me on Twitter at Joseph_Ard. And where can they find
And
you?
Oh, sorry, I jumped the gun there. Well, I would say you can find me on twitter.com/@rockoutofpod and all my social media, blah, blah, blah. But I've been skipping so many shows in the last couple of weeks. I don't know if you can find me anywhere right now. I think I got fired from every show.
I know where they can find you. They can find
where's
you in
that?
the water taking down canoes.
You should have saved that for tune in next week to hear Joe say.
Oh, are we doing that bit now? No. So the discussion.
That's it. I'm ending it right there. That's it.
The discussion for next week is if you could make an event, what would it look like? So what would your event look like? And also, if you wanted to, supposedly, I haven't actually heard from them for a couple of weeks, but supposedly I'm going to be appearing on Lord Up this weekend. So.
Yeah, I don't know where they reached out to me. I said yes, and I have no idea where that message was or if there was a follow up. So, guys, if you're listening, I'm open. Weekends are actually better for me than the week, so I can try to make something happen. It'd be cool. Dang it, Joe, you had real stuff to say because I wanted to end it on that. Are we doing that bit yet? But all right, next week tune in to hear Joe say.
Oh, we are doing that bit now. All right. Yeah, it's not as funny this time. It still made you laugh, though.
It still made me laugh. That's the point.
Oh.
All right, as we get ready to vote, we're going to talk some show business as well.